Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom, live from our studios at number 5 Owula Hansen Lane at Tesano here in Accra. My name is Inu Safo. Coming up. Office of President Jubilee House denies sanctioning the viral report on Galamsey by former Minister of Environment, Science and Technology. Still to come, after another devastating effect of tidal waves at some parts of Anlo constituency in the Volta region, residents call on government to urgently construct a sea defense wall along the coast in the area to protect their livelihoods.
So for the people to move, that one people have been doing it. This is their third time of a community they are staying. So it's not about moving the people. It's about government coming in with a support, and that support should be seen in terms of infrastructure, where they put a sea defense over here to protect the
Vice President Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia reiterates government's commitment to develop the Zongo communities across the country as part of a broader plan to eradicate poverty in such communities.
Until 6 years ago, it was never heard before independence that a national budget would have a special allocation for Zongo development and in other parts of the country.
And later, we'll bring you a report on how people migrate from across the country to seek greener pastures in the capital city. But have their aspirations been met?
Parents itself, they are old. So if I didn't came here to hustle, who is going to take care of them and my kids too? Me, for instance, I have 2 kids, and I and their father, we got divorced. So I'm the one taking care of the kids. That's why I came here to hustle, to take care of the family and the kids too.
Thanks for joining us. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. The Office of the President has denied sanctioning a report on illegal mining by the former chairman of the defunct Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng. The Jubilee House says the purported report by Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng was a catalogue of grievances, lamentations and attacks to claims he has suffered while extracting his mandates. The Jubilee House, however, says Professor Frimpong Boateng failed to adduce any evidence with regards to his allegations against named government officials. Citi News' Samiri Afe has the full statement issued by the Office of the President.
At the onset, it must be pointed out that the document being discussed was not an official report formally delivered to the Office of the President. On the contrary, it was only be rightly referred to as a catalogue of personal grievances or claims made by Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng intended to respond to some issues he faced as chairperson of the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining. The document was handed to the Chief of Staff at the Office of the President on March 19, 2021, in an informal meeting where Professor Frimpong Boateng complained about public attacks and criticisms made about his tenure as chairperson of the committee. This was after Professor Frimpong Boateng's tenure as minister had not been renewed by the President of the Republic in his second term. The document did not have a transmitter or cover letter, nor indeed an addressee, such as to suggest that it was submitted to the Office of the Chief of Staff for action to be taken. It is noteworthy that the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining was a creature of Cabinet, and any formal report on its activities would normally be submitted to Cabinet through the Cabinet Secretary or directly to the President of the Republic as chairperson of Cabinet. Till date, Professor Frimpong Boateng has done neither. It is important also to point out that whilst Professor Frimpong Boateng makes serious allegations against some government appointees as having been involved or supporting or interfering with the fight against illegal mining, not a single piece of evidence was adduced or presented to enable the claims be properly investigated. Indeed, the allegations contained in the document are at best hearsay. It is instructive that since Professor Frimpong Boate's meeting with the Chief of Staff in March 2021, he has taken no step nor acted in furtherance of the matters contained in the document. The President's commitment to fighting illegal mining is unquestionable, and the Office of the President welcomes any information on illegal mining activity which provides a credible basis for investigations to be conducted by the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service. We continue to count on the cooperation of the general public.
The National Chief Imam, Sheikh Nuhu Shaributu, is urging Muslims to at all times live in harmony with persons with other religious beliefs and, more importantly, themselves. The Chief Imam made the call in an address at the National Prayer Session to mark Eid-el-Fitr at the Black Star Square in Accra. The following report has more.
Muslims in Ghana have capped off the month-long Ramadan fast with a celebration of Eid-el-Fitr. On Thursday, the Chief Imam announced the sighting of the new moon, which signified the end of the fasting period. He also announced the celebration of Eid on Saturday. Thousands of Muslims heeded to the call to prayer at the Black Star Square as part of the celebrations. The prayer session, which was attended by eminent chiefs and political figures, including the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, was led by the Chief Imam, Sheikh Usman Nuhu Shaributu, who turns 104 years on Sunday. He called on Muslims to live in harmony.
None of you shall have perfect faith except the one who loves for his brother that which he loves for himself. Now the question arises rhetorically. Is there any one of us who is sincere in his love? Is there any one of us here who loves his brother for that which he loves for himself? Is there any one of us who stretches his hand of support to the one who needs the help and to be guided on the right path? Is there any one of us here who will be compassionate on his brother and show him sincere counsel in his life so that he will guide him aright? Is there any one of us who is doing this? If this is not there, if this does not happen, then a big contradiction. Let's all hold on to Allah and avoid animosity, avoid hatred, and avoid envy and covetousness.
In his address to the gathering, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia reiterated government's commitment to develop and transform Zongo communities across the country.
One of our inclusive development policies has also been the establishment of the special development agencies, which includes the establishment of the Zongo Development Fund as a special development vehicle for Zongo development. Until 6 years ago, it was never heard before independence that a national budget would have a special allocation for Zongo development and in other parts of the country. After 6 years, the Zongo Development Fund has delivered unprecedented infrastructure projects nationwide in areas of classrooms, health facilities, libraries, roads, drainage systems, astroturfs, as well as entrepreneurial support and educational scholarships to thousands of individuals. In the next 2 years, inshallah, 40 young men and women drawn from various Zongo communities to train in Cuba on scholarships will graduate as medical doctors, inshallah.
In his address to the gathering, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia reiterated government's commitment to develop and transform Zongo communities across the country.
That prayer session has now ended at the Independence Square here in Accra. The Chief Imam is now departing the grounds. The Vice President will follow right after the Chief Imam has left. After this prayer session, it will be now time to feast and make merry. And in most Muslim homes, you'll find all kinds of meals. And here in Ghana, they are especially rice meals. My colleague Eno Safo was privileged enough to be allowed into a few homes in the capital, and she's now standing by with a report.
Following the sighting of the moon in the Ashanti region, which signifies the end of the month-long Ramadan for Muslims, Muslims in Ghana are celebrating the Eid-el-Fitr in grand style, and we are here to celebrate with them. Still on the Eid-el-Fitr celebrations, we find ourselves at Berlin Bridge, where families are gathered, they are cooking, they're talking, they're making merry, and we're here to find out from them how the celebrations are going on so far. So, how are celebrations going? How was Ramadan for you? And now that you've seen the new moon and you're celebrating Eid-el-Fitr, how is it?
Okay, first and foremost, I would like to thank the Almighty Allah. We've been able to complete the Ramadan successfully, and also we've been able to complete the Eid successfully. And the Eid has been normal as usual. Yeah, it has been normal as usual. And as you know, after Eid, we all come home, we prepare something, and then we share it among our family and friends.
Do you slaughter cattle, or this is different?
No, this is, we slaughter, how should I say it? We kill chicken, fowls, yeah. So the big salah is when we slaughter the cow, the goats, and the rest. Even we slaughter camel.
After cooking, what happens next?
Yeah, after cooking, fun. So we are going to the streets to represent our culture.
I'm smelling something nice. So we're going inside the house and we're going to see what they are making.
We are preparing rice and stew with chicken.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is that what happens in most homes? Rice and chicken?
Yes, rice and chicken. Some too they prepare tuwo. It depends, but most of the time we prepare rice.
The fast, we thank God we finish all right. Now we are coming to celebrate our Eid-el-Fitr today. But we walk and go and climb our horse and things from Nima police station to come into our chief house.
We're here at another home where the smells are just wafting through my nose. How are you celebrating the Eid today?
Oh, we are celebrating the Eid-el-Fitr. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. Because we thank God that we did the fasting nicely, and we thank God. Me and my mother-in-law. We are working on this fasting, our food.
Okay, so what did you cook today?
Rice with stew, with pineapple juice, and fufu with lice soup.
Will people come around to enjoy the food, or you eat it with just the family?
No. My husband's house, he sells scraps, so his boys will come very soon and come and celebrate it with us.
What was the significance of Ramadan?
Ramadan has been good. It was the best because it gets you in the spirit. We are grateful for Allah for long life and prosperity to make this Ramadan safely, and we wish to meet more Ramadans ahead of us. After praying, we're now going to be with the rice and the chicken.
We are at the Nima market. Muslims are done praying, and they are buying chicken because this Eid they celebrate with mostly fowl and poultry. So we're here at the Nima market to find out how the sales have been for poultry traders.
So let's be poor, nothing better, I swear. Because last year and this year I was still the same. Because buying chicken 1.5 stars is like you standing at Freddy's corner buying new phone, like 1.5. Yeah, because there's anything different inside it. Because last year and this year are the same thing. Because you get chicken like 200 cedis, but it's only like it's just finished. And at the same time, you can get chicken like 70 Ghana. The red one, maybe you can get someone around like 70 or 60. Yeah. And the white one too is something like 1.5. Yeah, 1.2. Yeah. It's different chicken. But maybe as time goes on, like maybe Sunday or Monday, the price will come down. But right now it's on a hot seat. So people want it fast.
Have the prices changed from last year?
Last year and this year are the same. The economy will be changed.
Says in the where I feel the market no damn. Said I buy it to me at the end no Niaman boy. Ntama omuntiminto Niaman my Yakwa family so boa the mine so and that form. Ntama says ya no yagina hano your home chere. Market ni said I say Kwama ya ni begino. Market ni ntimi nkwasa.
Now, last year, Nankoko is saying that this year, and so saying.
Okay, over last year, brother said near to me turn 1.2, 1890. This year, I quite farm only my 1.2. And she says, yeah, 1.5 and 1.6 and 1.3. Dama market name quantum.
We've witnessed the celebrations in Muslim homes in Ghana, and they tell us that the celebrations will continue to Monday. For Citi News, my name is Inosafo. Let's go to the Ashanti region, but still on the Eid, because the National Security Ministry is urging Muslim leaders across the country to intensify sensitization in their communities to ensure that the youth are not drawn to joining jihadist groups. The ministry reiterated its stance to continually engage community leaders and interest groups in its efforts to counter the threats of terrorism in the country. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
The National Security Ministry maintains that keeping the community safe and peaceful remains the priority of the government. Thus, all must get involved in the See Something, Say Something campaign. Deputy Director in charge of counter-terrorism at the National Security Ministry, Daniel Osaibonsu, addressing Muslims during the Eid prayers in Kumasi, called on leaders to help in the fight against terrorism.
That the bond and the security we have created in this country, it remains robust and resilient. Hence, we require your cooperation. We require that you support us so that some of our brothers and sisters will not be recruited. We are here to ensure that we build Ghana together with you. National security cannot do the job alone. We need you.
Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah lamented increasing deviant behavior among the youth and urged Muslims to use such occasions to help address the menace.
Of much interest to me are the issues of teenage pregnancy, substance abuse, cybercrime, armed robbery, which have reached alarming proportions in our communities. Let me say that some of these deviant behaviors are developed because of child delinquencies, lack of parental care and control, as well as streetism, which were unchecked during early childhood development. Along the way, peer influence plays some significant role in these unfortunate developments. As we knew in prayers today, let us seek divine intervention in curbing this trend, whilst we work to rehabilitate the deviants and bring up our children in the fear of Allah.
A representative of Otunfo Osei-Tutu II, Nana Abdurrahman Bwedi, urged Muslims to refrain from acts that will tarnish the enviable image of Islam.
So you can't now be chair, which we got no him and conclude. Listen, I know you are cooking in the son of Lamia. I'm ready to Nami General Kenyan son. Meaning, sir, answer. I don't think I want to move and my power and grant here, Miss Lamo. Moma, Yanya, Emma, someone, and yet a corner. Now will be Bialasu and Tinami.
Some celebrants spoke to Citi News.
We say Barakah Salah to all the Muslims around the globe, especially our Zongo community in Ashanti region. We are praying, we have peace and harmony as we have for so many years in this country.
Actually, today is full of blessings, and today is an interesting day. And may Allah also accept our prayers. Yeah.
How was the fasting? How has it been like?
Oh, it was good and cool.
Islam, like we talk about, is peace, and therefore anybody that do anything contrary to breach the peace, that means is out of Islam. And therefore, right from the crash, I think we need to be advising our people, our young ladies, our children, so that they behave well. You know, the manner that our Prophet ﷺ taught us, the way we should behave, that is what we have to.
The Ashanti Regional Imam, Sheikh Abdulmumin Harun led the Eid prayers and used his sermon to speak against LGBTQI+.
Now, authorities are urging Muslims within communities in the country to ensure there's always peace wherever they live. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Kumasi, Ashanti region.
Now, as the Muslim community gathered for Eid prayers at the Nuria Park in Ho in the Volta region, they had more on their minds than just the usual Eid celebration. The community had for years been waiting for a much-needed CHIPS compound started in 2012 to be completed to facilitate healthcare delivery. They are thus urging the government and stakeholders to come to their aid and ensure the completion of the CHIPS compound. There's more in this report by Citi News' Desmond Salasiago.
In the Ho municipality, hundreds of Muslims gathered for the Eid prayers, dressed in their finest clothes. Andrews Badu Ekuma says the police will continue to cooperate with the Muslim community to ensure peace and security.
We are not here to intimidate anybody, but we are here to ensure that the law and the order works. So that nobody, and I say nobody, will take anybody on. We are all, nobody is above the law. Nobody is above the law. And therefore, I will plead with you that let us all abide by the law. Let us all ensure we are human beings. If there is any misunderstanding, that is why we have our leaders. Let us come together and solve the problem.
In an interview, the Volta Regional Chief Imam, Sheikh Alpha Anas, called on stakeholders to, as a matter of urgency, complete an abandoned CHIPS compound started in 2012. To the completion of an Islamic senior high school in the Volta region.
We are calling on Muslims to be one. Then the development will come because we have agenda, the Islamic secondary school. That agenda, we are on it. And health, because I would say about 2012, they started building as a cheap compound. Up till now, we didn't finish. So the Muslim community, we are doing something small to see that we move that one too. So education, health, that is our agenda. That's health cheap compounds. We ask, but we are not getting any answer. So our appeal is, we are appealing to the government, the regional minister, and see to help us.
Muslims in the Ho municipality of the Volta region are appealing to government and other stakeholders to, as a matter of urgency, come to their aid and complete an abandoned CHIPS compound started in 2012. According to them, this will help promote their health issues. They also want peace to reign among Muslims here in the Ho central municipality. Reporting for Citi News from the Nuria Park here in Ho, I'm Desmond Salasiago.
This year's annual month-long fasting of Muslims across the world has ended with a celebration of the Eid festival. Our Northern Regional Correspondent Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira took part in the celebration at Bimbila in the Northern Region and has come through with the following report.
In Bimbila in the Nanumba North Municipality in the Northern Region, some celebrants have been expressing their happiness to Citi News. They express thanks to the Almighty Allah for granting them the health to be able to complete the fasting period.
We are witnessing a festivity that has given happiness to everybody. And Alhamdulillah, we are also grateful that God has answered our prayers because He has given our life up to this time and we are celebrating in His name. And we pray that Allah will grant everybody happiness and peace.
I'm very happy because this is my first time of celebrating Eid in Bimbila because I just got married. Yeah, I'm very happy, I'm very excited.
The Imam, during his sermon, admonished the people to continue the good deeds, as it is the best way to earn Allah's favor. Sheikh Khalid Yanshana prayed for Muslims. His message to the good people of Bimbila is to continue to live peacefully, admonishing that chieftaincy, politics, and tradition should not be mixed with Islam.
This is still the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still to come. We'll bring you a report on how people migrate from across the country to seek greener pastures in the capital city. But have their aspirations been met? We'll bring you the details shortly. Do stay with us.
Creamy Plus is a fully skimmed evaporated milk. Creamy Plus is available in a shop near you.
This message has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Youth fades, love droops, the leaves of friendship fall. A mother's secret hope outlives them all. We love our mothers all year round, but on Mother's Day, we put Mama on a love pedestal and shower her with the affection that she so easily gives to us. This Mother's Day, Citi FM and Citi TV are creating the platform for you to celebrate your mother in a grand gesture with the A Portrait for Mama Promotion 2023. Here's how to participate. In 100 words or less, celebrate Mama for making the most important intervention that changed the course of your life. Your entry should begin with the phrase, "But for Mama." Don't forget to submit your name, Mama's name, and your contact information. Send your entry via WhatsApp on 054-998-6996 and 020-444-7033. You know how amazing your mother has been through the different seasons of your life, and we are here to help you tell it to the world. So send in that captivating story about Mama and stand a chance of winning a spot for her at the A Portrait of Mama dinner event and other thoughtful prizes. Deadline for the submission of entries is 30th April 2023. For more information, please call 020-597-3973. A Portrait of Mama promotion is powered by Citi TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM. Terms and conditions apply.
Mother, fighter and a lover.
You're welcome back. Now, residents migrating in search of economic opportunities is a known feature of human existence. This has largely influenced rural-urban migration in Ghana, in some instances between neighboring countries. But are these opportunities equal and accessible? The following report by Rachel Engman captures the realities of migrants living in the capital city, Accra.
For many young men and women, Their journey to the capital of Ghana is in search of a better life, one much better than engaging in farming or petty trading in their communities. According to the 2021 Population and Housing Census, the Greater Accra region has the highest population growth in Ghana, recording a 17.7% of the 30.8 million population. These migrants come from different parts of the country, but mostly from the northern part of Ghana. However, some migrants are faced with the reality of low wages, unemployment, high risk of involvement in social vices, poor housing conditions, inadequate access to healthcare, among others. Some achieve their goals while others face the harsh reality of life. Citi News hit the streets to get the story of some migrants. 31-year-old Memunatu, not her real name, is from Tamale in the northern region. She is a single mother of two and left her home to seek greener pastures in Accra after her electronic business collapsed. In Accra, Memuna is a street hawker and lives in a shack at the Kokumba Market slum with 7 other roommates. According to her, despite the harsh conditions, living in the city offers more lucrative economic opportunities, hence her resolve to endure.
Thank you. How long have you been in Accra?
1 year now.
You've been in Accra for a year?
Yeah.
Okay, and why did you leave Tamale to Accra?
Also, because of poverty. Because my parents itself, they are old. So if I didn't came here to hustle, who is going to take care of them and my kids too? For instance, I have 2 kids. And I and their father, we got divorced. So I'm the one taking care of the kids. That's why I came here to hustle to take care of the family and the kids too.
Wow, how old are you?
I'm 32 years.
So that means you were 31 when you came to Accra?
Yes.
Wow, interesting. But how has the living condition been like for you in Accra? How has life been like, the experience in Accra been like?
It's not that easy because everything is hard in Accra here. Even Tamale like this, things are very easy for us than Accra here.
Things are very easy in Tamale than Accra. So why then are you in Accra?
Because of money, that's why we came here. Because Tamale there is not a work there. There is not business there. There are business, but unless you have money to do that kind of business. But if you don't have money, how can you do business?
Okay, so back in Tamale, what business were you? Were you actually working in Tamale?
Yes, I was working there.
Okay, what kind of work?
I was selling bowls, rice cookers, blenders, those things that I was selling. But because of buying it credit, that's why I came here. Because some people buy maybe 1,000 plus, 500, 400, and they didn't pay. Even I used to call them, they blocked me. Even if you go to them, they will give you stories. And I don't have money with me to do it again. That's why I came to Accra here to do something small and take care of the family.
When you say something small, what kind of business are you in Accra?
Like the water that I'm selling, the water and the drinks. It's small because the money that I used to start it, it's not that enough, but it's helping me small.
So your colleagues, those living, your roommates, are they also from other regions or other towns?
Oh, they are from North. They are from Tamale. But they are staying in Tamale villages.
And they all came here to see greener pastures?
Yes. They are doing kayayu. That business that they used to do, all of them.
And there seems to be no proper ventilation apart from this window here.
You are suffering from mosquitoes.
Wow.
Seriously, it's not that easy for us.
Wow. So where do you sleep at night? Where do you sleep?
I sleep here. This is my pillow.
Standing here, I can feel even the building shaking because you saw where we climbed up. Hey, how do you do it?
Well, that's how we are just managing it. Even here too, it's better than some of buildings here.
And then when it rains, how do you cope? I see some holes in the ceiling.
Unless we get up and sit down, we can't sleep because it's linking. The whole of here will be water.
Wow. How much are you paying for this room? How much is the rent?
We pay 60 cedis.
Per person?
Yes. No. All of us, weekly. We used to contribute. I will give it to the landlord, 60 cedis.
What is your educational background?
SS level. Because of poverty, that's why I couldn't complete my education.
If you had the opportunity to go back to Tamale now, would you go?
I can't accept it.
Why?
If I go, what am I going to use and be doing something small or doing some business small unless I get established before I go back there.
Migrants from other countries also come to seek refuge. Abdul Rahman Amadou is from Niger and traveled to Ghana purposely for school and business opportunities. Although Abdul Rahman is currently a transport operator at one of the bus terminals, he laments the high cost of living in the national capital, Accra. He is determined to return to Niger when he makes enough money to make the trip.
I came here for a purpose. First, to study, to further my education, and second, to do my own self-employment, which is business. I just finished my senior education for me to come and further my education here.
What kind of business are you into now?
Oh, no, I'm in transport management now as I'm speaking to you.
You're a manager of a transport company?
Which takes people from Accra to Niger. Yeah.
Okay. So being in Accra, especially for business purposes or for the purpose of business, how has the living condition been like for you in Accra?
Very tough. Very tough. Assuming let's say I have 1,000 sefa which I can use the whole day to eat. 1,000 sefa if they may convert it into CD to do like 18 or 19 CDs, you can eat 19 CD the whole day.
Family obligations is one of the least explored reasons people move to big cities like Accra. But that is the story of Gifty Sampson. She relocated to Ghana with her husband, both of Nigerian descent, 8 years ago because he had a job opportunity. Gifty narrates she was evicted from a container and now sells used underwear at Agbobloshi Market. She tells Citi News she cannot return to Nigeria because of her husband's job and their children's school.
If you had the opportunity, will you leave Accra and go back to Nigeria?
It's my husband that brought me to this place. So whenever he say we are okay to go back, so we can go back.
But personally, would you want to go back?
Like my children, they are here, they are going to school. So I can't go back. Like here I'm feeling comfortable than Nigeria.
Comfortable in which way? Why? How was it like in Nigeria?
Business is moving very well than Nigeria. So can make it easily than Nigeria.
Dora Kwanta, popularly known as Efia, is an indigene of Ejumakumbisiase in the central region and has been living in Accra for the past 10 years. According to the mother of 5 boys, she has no regrets relocating to the national capital.
It's not easy. It's not easy being in Accra. Taking care of your children, the rent, and everything is not easy. But we are managing.
If you had the opportunity, would you return to your hometown?
No. I will not return to my hometown because I don't like staying in my hometown.
You don't like staying in your hometown, but you say the living conditions are harsh here. So why would you want to go through the harsh life or the hard life?
I would say it is different. The hard time here is hard, but in my hometown, the way I'm doing business here, I can't do the business in my hometown. So I can say here is good than my hometown.
In other news, operatives of the National Security Ministry have allegedly taken control of a large area of land that belongs to Cascade Development Company Limited, the owner of Kempinski Hotel Accra, despite a court order that instructed the ministry to refrain from developing or dealing with the disputed land. Reports suggest that heavily armed operatives entered the land known as the Site 4 Conference Center early on Saturday and began building a fence wall. Citi News understands that upon an application from lawyers from Africa Legal Associates, lawyers for CDC, the Land Division of the High Court, Accra, had recently imposed an injunction that restrained the ministry from developing or encroaching on the land. Witnesses claim that the operatives used heavy machinery to grade the land and dig trenches for the fence wall. Attempts by CDC's executives and security personnel to engage the operatives in conversation were unsuccessful. Additionally, when CDC staff took photographs and videos of the incident, their mobile phones were seized and their files were deleted permanently. This is still the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV, still to come. After another devastating effect of tidal waves at some parts of Anlo constituency in the Volta region, residents call on governments to urgently construct a sea defense wall along the coast in the area to protect their livelihoods. We'll bring you the details shortly. Do stay with us.
Anyone can become a house owner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You Go Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated prizes, such as simple and easy to play. Visit www.yougoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. You Go Flip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Another season of the Citi FM Family Consecration is here again. Your family radio station invites you to the 2023 edition of the Family Consecration Service. Let's hold ourselves in readiness as we prepare for a time of divine renewal, visitation, and restoration for our families and loved ones. Join us on Monday, 1st of May 2023 at the Winners Chapel, Ghana, Accra, near the OA Bus Terminal Circle as we intercede and commit our families to God. It's going to be a 6-hour intense moment of prayer time for families from 6 a.m. till 12 noon. Come and let us reinforce the resurrection power of Christ, which ensures our forgiveness, healing, business breakthroughs and open doors, sound and prosperous marriages, divine blessings in career and destiny fulfillment over our families. There will also be a time for the renewal of vows for married couples. The 2023 Family Consecration Service is powered by 97.3 Citi FM with support from Citi TV. As always, the family that prays together stays together.
May His favor be upon
Youth fades, love droops, the leaves of friendship fall. A mother's secret hope outlives them all. We love our mothers all year round, but on Mother's Day, we put Mama on a love pedestal and shower her with the affection that she so easily gives to us. This Mother's Day, Citi FM and Citi TV are creating the platform for you to celebrate your mother in a grand gesture with the A Portrait for Mama Promotion 2023. Here's how to participate. In 100 words or less, celebrate Mama for making the most important intervention that changed the course of your life. Your entry should begin with the phrase, "But for Mama." Don't forget to submit your name, Mama's name, and your contact information. Send your entry via WhatsApp on 054-998-6996 and 020-444-7033. You know how amazing your mother has been through the different seasons of your life, and we are here to help you tell it to the world. So send in that captivating story about Mama and stand a chance of winning a spot for her at the A Portrait of Mama dinner event and other thoughtful prizes. Deadline for the submission of entries is 30th April 2023. For more information, please call 020-597-3973. A Portrait of Mama promotion is powered by Citi TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM. Terms and conditions apply.
Mother, a fighter and a lover.
You're welcome back. Now, residents of affected coastal communities in the Alonga district of the Volta region say no amount of relief items is worth their sufferings in what has become an annual tidal wave devastation ritual. Dozens of houses have been abandoned while affected residents are pleading with the government to continue the sea defense project started some years ago. According to the assembly member for the Citi electoral area and other stakeholders, a sea defense wall is their only hope. After devastation a week today, many homes have become inhabitable, leaving many affected residents in despair. My colleague Fred Duho visited the area and files this report.
The sea right behind me, residential apartments right in front of me. I can describe them basically as remnants of war zone. The impact of the tidal wave or the sea rise has really affected the residents of Uveme. Over the period, they've been calling on the state to, as a matter of urgency, come to their aid to build the sea defense wall that will shield them from the impact of tidal wave. Barely 2 years ago, government officials came here bearing gifts or relief items in their hands, hoping to give to people who were hard hit by tidal wave effects. This entire place was a habitat for about 100 people. But today, the entire place has been deserted. The coconut trees that served as shelter for the government officials who came here with relief items has totally died, and they can't really bear fruits anymore. Residents have abandoned their buildings. You can see right in your shots that these buildings are inhabitable because the tidal wave has actually occupied their homes, sucking them to, as it were, go look for a different place to stay. What happened in your community quite recently?
Oh, quite recently, let's say last week Sunday, we were sleeping in the night. And all that I will hear is boom, 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 because this is my room, this is where I sleep. So all that I could hear is boom, boom. So we all wake up. So let's see, the tidal wave was coming. It was very around 10 to 11. So it was very heavy. So we don't know what to do, and we are packing our things. That night the sea was coming very heavy. So it was very, very, I don't see it before. This is why I sleep in the night. So I was sleeping that night before I was hearing the thunder wave disturbing, boom, boom, boom. I don't know what to do. That's why this is my pillow, as you can see. Oh, this is the hole that we create. The time that the night that the thunder waves was coming heavily, like we create a hole here so that because the room is full, so we create a hole here so that the water will be passing through.
Let's take a look at the second room and how it looks like. So this is how the sand actually occupied the entire place they used to sleep, and they've been able to scoop it out from the first room. But this room, they've abandoned it now. The bed is here lying empty, and other belongings they've been able to dry outside. That is a building that has collapsed when the water came struggling to find its way into the community. And the community folks who couldn't really wake up early enough to pave way for the water to flow woke up losing their property to the devastation. And here is a woman on my left basically weaving a makeshift palm branches to form a makeshift structure that they would probably occupy in the few time or in the few days to come. So she is basically going ahead to create more of this that they'll be putting together, in essence, to have a place to lay their head over the night. David,
management.
Single room.
Single room. Emi pumaleka atiere kami pugoba atiomo owing. Atiomo uma mizanga ba atiomo uta form. Omo wing afiata ko single room.
Take a look around you. You would see makeshift structures. This is the third location where residents of Fuveme have relocated to, basically to take shelter in the interim. Rafael Agbanavo is the assembly member for the Atiteti electoral area, the one whom the people here take their cries to anytime the sea comes chasing them. Rafael, how have you been receiving their complaints?
Very terrible. Because you can see in the background, this is not an actual home of these people. Because some 6 years ago, people are living in decent accommodations in the Puvama. But this here we find ourselves currently in these temporary structures. So people are really devastated. In reality, as from Sunday, where we suffered this disaster today, there's nothing of relief attend to the victims. Since 2016, government cannot say they are not aware of this. If government officials should be saying they are not aware of what is happening at Puvema, for that matter, Gokaji, that will be a surprise. The problem here is not about giving food, food, mattresses to the people. People need protection because this is the third time people have relocated here. So if the relocation could solve the problem, I don't think we could have suffered this disaster just Sunday a week ago. So in actual fact, it's not about moving the people. It's a matter of protecting the coast-shore of Agbokeji Puvem. One should imagine that if this seawater should have a union of the river at back of this community, one should imagine what could be the effect in terms of infrastructure, where they put a sea defense over here to protect the rest of the land.
Nuru ama ojinyakpon. Nuru akpaji ama ojinyakpon. Nyanu shanu gblan. Nyanu kata nu shanu gblan. Ta me agbamala ojinyakpon.
I have my imaginary monitor right before me, and I'm going to type Kofi is going to school. The students or the residents here are being chased out of their community. And for that matter, children that are supposed to be learning in these classrooms obviously have deserted their classroom because the sea or the tidal wave impact is heavily weighing on their education. This is a system unit that has totally corroded by the impact of tidal wave, the sea breeze and everything. And since that, they've abandoned all these machines to go waste. What is the assembly doing about education in this particular community? The DC, Seth Yomohu, has been speaking to me on this matter? The issue seems to be worsening over time. What are we doing about this?
What we need to do now, that's why I classify it to be short-term and long-term. The short-term now is that the community people, we have to get a place for them, to relocate them, so that at the end, they can be coming here, doing their fishing expedition to earn their livelihood and those things. So those are the things we have to look at now.
In the long term, what do we do?
In the long term, my brother, what we need to do is about the sea defense wall. Because what happens is that if you go to Adan now, they have constructed sea defense there. So because of that, all the impact is now on Hooverman. Because of the sea defense wall they have constructed there. So the sea defense wall have to come from Adan to Qatar.
Have you ever probably planned to engage the community on the subject of climate change, for them to understand the need for them to even relocate in the first place? Because we need to build climate change resilient communities.
Yes, as we said, we know that because of climate change, that's why we are here today. Because formally, as the climate, we have that stability and there is no change in those things, and these things are not here. So what we do as assembly is that we educate them. So we have program on climate change. At times we have some NGO organization, they will come to the assembly. We invite the people from this community to join us. But the problem we are having is that when you are living in some community for a longer period of time, moving from the place is very difficult for the people. So when we start this engagement in 2021, more or less communities and people are feeling reluctant to move.
I saw children studying in this particular classroom. Today it is gone. The next one is just behind. The water has gotten to a level. It will obviously go anyway. What are you doing for the school kids?
When those things are happening as assembly, we came and do some temporary structure for them here, so that our students here, the people here, can have access to education. But this one too is gone, as we have just said, because 2021, when you come here at the end, you can see that you have a school block here for our students. But now it's gone. We are just lucky that when those things are happening, we have a contract, which is the
We'll bring you the rest of that story in subsequent bulletins. But that's how we end today's edition of the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Do remember that our website, citinewsroom.com, has information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and on GoTV channel 182. My name is Inu Safo. Many thanks for watching.